Hi, Virgo. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, I am here to do your love reading. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So, we're going to go ahead and take a look here at what is going on for you in love, Virgo. So I'm very much getting an energy of exposure here. Okay, the Tower is coming up as the outcome here. And when I pulled that card, they showed me almost like something that's being revealed or exposed. So there may be some type of impending exposure that is coming to light or coming in here in the situation that I'm picking up on. I feel like there is somebody here, could be an air sign, doesn't have to be, but it could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It feels like somebody here has been, almost like they're showing me someone's been having like flickers of light or flickers of information, which I feel is mainly about someone's inner struggle right now. I do feel like, again, this main character is the one coming up, could be an air sign or could just be somebody who has qualities of an air sign. They could be someone who can be very, analytical at times or logical, or is just right now is in a period of some deep introspection. I'm getting a really strong message here about, I'm seeing like a big evil eye, okay? And we do have the devil here, Five of Swords. So there is some challenging cards, but I want to get more into it to see what exactly is going on. Because I'm getting almost this feeling of somebody who's trying to see that kind of flicker of light. And actually we have the Hierophant here. So what I'm kind of picking up on with the situation, there's an individual connected to you who's been starting to see flickers of light, which I want to, again, kind of confirm. It could be that they're starting to see maybe what they want. They're starting to see the light in terms of their happiness, what they're striving for, maybe something with you even. But I'm getting that there is either a lot of drama right now around a situation, or there's a lot of confusion, a lot of negativity here. I'm getting that this could even be that there's external challenges for some of you, to where there could be like not wanting to step on anyone's toes, not wanting to make any wrong move here, is kind of the feeling I'm getting with the situation. I feel like some of you, there's a lot of energy that's, how should I put it? There's a lot of energy around you right now. So maybe if you're watching this and you do resonate with this, you have been feeling very tethered to maybe this person, or you've been feeling, at the very least, maybe you just kind of feel like something's happening or something's coming, or there's a feeling of, there's a feeling of a strong cord between you and a person right now, a strong connection here. Obviously, the devil is not the best energy, but the way that I'm reading it here, I kind of feel like this is, it's really interesting. It's almost like an overwhelming energy, an overwhelming presence, an overwhelming energy. I just heard don't shoot the messenger. So I guess that could be me. Maybe some of you need to like, don't shoot the messenger being me, if this is something that you don't want to hear, or maybe it's something, there's a lot of kind of chaotic energy going on. So let me see here. So their feelings towards you right now, the Five of Swords, and how they're showing up, the Hierophant. It's like a sloppy energy is the best word I can use. It's like a feeling of a lot of like almost everything kind of is being, it could even be with the Tower. Like I said, maybe things are kind of being exposed here. And so it almost feels like things are coming out to the open, or things are being revealed. Things are needing to have a shakeup here in the situation. I definitely feel like there's also, I'm hearing the word karma. So a lot of karmic, basically what I'm kind of getting is, I feel like this person connected to you, they feel like right now they're put in a very challenging situation and decision. They feel like they're put in the middle of like something, again, that's causing chaos, something that's causing drama even. And I feel like I'm even hearing a specific message. This won't be for everyone, but I'm hearing caretaker or caring for others. So I don't know if maybe this person has other people to care for, other situations that are really tugging at them right now. And then when it comes to you, it's like I feel that kind of, again, flicker of light. They're looking to put the final puzzle piece together in some capacity here. Somebody here could either be on a vacation on an ocean, like a balcony, like a high rise, or maybe somebody lives there, or going on vacation. I'm just seeing somebody there, but it's like this person here who's connected to you, they're really very badly wanting to clean things up, I'm hearing. So this will depend, this reading, on your situation, and I'm going to go more into it in just a second. But if this is someone that you're currently kind of having challenges with the devil, it could be like their thoughts right now about you is that they're kind of feeling at odds, but they want to clean up any mess. They want to be able to clean up anything. It's like I feel, again, with the Hierophant, when I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing somebody with a compass, and they're kind of like lost, and they're looking at a compass. So they're, again, with the Hierophant, it's like this person here, there's somebody who is beginning to see the light with something. They're beginning to make a decision. They're beginning to maybe even go through a bit of a period of enlightenment or awakening with the Hierophant here. And the Ten of Cups, there is maybe like a family situation or somebody who's considering what they want longer term. I am getting also something about finances. This person could be struggling very much financially, or they are it's like they're trying to, I'm seeing someone trying to escape. So again, like a vacation. Somebody could be on a vacation, or they need to go on a vacation, or maybe even the two of you, if this is like a connection that you've been having with somebody, maybe you both have needed to take some time apart, or like a vacation apart from each other. And this person, I'm seeing them they really want to move to the Six of Swords, which would be the next card, which is telling me that they want to move towards more tranquility. This person here who's connected to you, they want to move towards more peace. They want to move towards more tranquility. And you actually have the Temperance card coming up for you. I'm getting a really strong energy for you, the viewer, that you are highly protected right now. And I'm also seeing a beautiful eagle, and you have such like protection, but you also somehow have taken the higher road or the higher path. So maybe most recently, especially for those of you who this is like an existing connection, but take it how it's going to resonate, you may have taken the higher road. You may have decided to follow your higher guidance, follow your intuition, kind of led by your angels here to a higher purpose or a higher understanding. So maybe you are somebody who's trying to temper out or balance these kind of very challenging energies right now. This could also be just on a soul level, even if this is not an existing partnership. You could be somebody who is just right now, I'm seeing that you've opened some type of box. It's almost like you've opened this golden box. So it seems like you are entering into a phase of tranquility or peace or surrender. And I'm seeing that you have unlocked kind of something, which may or may not have to do with this person. Maybe it's all connected, but maybe it's not. I feel like I'm seeing 1111 too. So yeah, I feel like there's a strong feeling of synchronicity coming in, of kind of some type of union, but it's coming through in a very interesting way, which is why I want to confirm here in a minute what exactly this is saying. But I do feel like there's a strong emphasis being put on kind of the worst being behind you, or the worst being behind you and a person together, or if it is like a separation, it feels like something is shifting with the Tower here too, which is going to allow for more of like kind of the truth to come to light, or more of it's almost like the final kind of, if you open the last closet and the last closet is stuffed, but that's the last one you have to clean. It's like that kind of feeling where something is about to explode with the Tower here. But as for you, the viewer, you seem to be protected. If this is something that's not good for you, you're protected from it, or you are just kind of on the outskirts over here. You are, in the right direction, and this could be mainly what this person connected to you is going through. I am actually hearing for some of you, this might be somebody who had an issue when it comes to commitment. Again, either between the two of you recently, they didn't want to be in a commitment maybe, or this is someone who you've been in separation with, and it's like this person, I'm seeing that they may have been kind of having tendencies of either entertaining a lot of options, or just being someone who just didn't want to settle down, or something of the sort. And I'm getting that with the Hierophant, that could be that flicker of light. This person is starting to maybe consider what's really important to them, or what they really want. I feel like this person and you, though, there's something about, I'm hearing cloud 9. We actually have like up in the clouds. So maybe it could be that you and this person, when you're together, you could be on cloud 9. I am hearing missed opportunity. So there's a lot of messages coming up here, so I'm trying to sort them out, but I feel like this could be for either a lot of people or there's different categories or different groups of you here. I'm getting that. So let me actually clarify some of this. Okay, so let me see a little bit more. So the connection here between you and this person that we're picking up on today, the devil. I'm seeing a lot of, almost like if you picture, I guess kind of like the tower, if you picture like a home, but the way that it's built is not stable, like there's something missing. I'm hearing there's something that's been missing. So I feel like there may be a connection here between you and this person that feels very intense. It's almost like somebody is intently focusing on you right now, or there's a connection here that's very intense in nature, but it seems like the foundation of it either has to crumble in order to be rebuilt, or something is going to come to light. So the connection here between you and this person, it's really interesting. Like I'm also seeing a film, codependency. This definitely feels like a reading. This is only going to be, of course, if you resonate with it, so don't force it again if it's not for you, but it feels like there's a film over someone's kind of third eye even, or a film over someone's perspective or perception right now. And this is coming up between you both together. So this could be a connection where you both have this here. Or the energy that is kind of surrounding the connection is making it difficult for that flicker of light. So it kind of makes more sense, because if you picture it in a way where it's like a foggy window, I feel like somebody here, which I think could be your person, or even you too with the Temperance, is starting to see something differently, which is going to lead to this Tower. Which again, I want to confirm, but it's sort of like removing that barrier, removing that foggy window in order to see something clearly. Because right now, the circumstances around this connection that I'm picking up on today are either contributing to this film or this fog, or between you both together, maybe if it is an unhealthy connection, depending on your situation, it feels like maybe you both are not really being honest, or you both are not seeing the truth right now. What is the connection here between the two of you? Third party situation and influencing factors. Yeah, it's mainly because of influencing factors is what I'm getting. I think it's more about your person, maybe whoever this is we're connecting to today. They may be somebody who has been having influencing factors. This person could be in, for some of you, they could be in a like a business, some higher business position, or they could be someone who's in a position of authority. That's only for a few of you, but there is something about that coming up here. I feel like wow, it's just such an intense energy. It's hard to put into words kind of what I'm feeling here. Yeah, the Magician, Justice, a lot of major cards. I'm getting a sense of someone. Let me actually confirm here. Tell me about this person. How are they showing up? The Hierophant. Yeah, the Emperor. I'm hearing mutual understanding. So this could be somebody who's been wanting to have a mutual understanding, especially if there's a third party of any kind. It could be family, could be pressures, it could be anything that's going on outside of the connection. This person's wanting to come into some type of mutual understanding. I'm getting this is probably someone who has not approached you though about this. Or if you are like in a separation, they are looking at you from afar. This person could be trying to figure out, like, how am I going to bring justice to the situation? How am I going to balance this. And remember I said in the very beginning, this person could be someone who has been doing a lot of thinking. There was something else that came through, but I can't recall. It could be a Libra here. We have Libra and Gemini coming up strongly. They feel like, I'm almost getting this feeling of somebody's heart or their emotions are becoming raw. So maybe they've been closed off to feeling for a while, and it's like they're wanting to maybe feel again. They're wanting to awaken again. They're wanting to, yeah, they're wanting to awaken again. And actually at the bottom of the deck, when I shuffled here, we do have secret admirer and distance. I'm hearing this person is very much afraid. For those of you who it is a distance, you're in separation, or you haven't spoken in a little bit, they're afraid to blow things out of proportion, or they're almost like hiding behind, this definitely makes more sense with the King of Swords here. This person is the main character in this reading. This is the person you're connecting to if you resonate with this reading. And they've been kind of hiding behind a barrier. I'm hearing that they're on thin ice. So they either feel like they're really on shaky ground with you right now, they're really on thin ice with you, and they almost feel like in order for them to do something, it's like it would cause an explosion, it would cause a tower moment. I don't know why I'm seeing two people do a pinky promise, so I don't know if this person pinky promised you something, or this is, let's see how they're feeling about you, because this energy is all over the place. How is this person feeling about you? Okay. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so I'm trying to kind of go in steps here with this reading, but this is somebody who I feel they have over time, I'm hearing. So even if it doesn't have to be years, I mean, for some of you it could be, but even if it's only been like, you know, a few weeks since you've had whatever happened here, this person is over time, they're having more of an understanding of you. They're having more of a feeling of connectedness to you. They're having more of a feeling of knowing, again, that flicker of light. Here it is, the Nine of Cups, the Sun. They're having like a feeling of, they're being pushed off of a ledge. I'm seeing somebody push somebody off the ledge, which in this case, I feel is about them making some type of move towards you, which again would be a risk. It would be a decision that they'd have to make. They do feel like it would be, because look at these two figures, they're very much like celebrating. It feels like freedom, it feels like liberation. And that's what I said too earlier. They want to move to the Six of Swords, which would be calmness. Right now, how they're feeling about you is very much in the mud. They feel like they have to, you know, like I said before too, they feel like they may have to be in some situation and tread carefully right now. If it's not a third party type of situation, even though I do feel some type of third party, even, you know, third party could be an addiction, it could be a family situation, it could be religious factors, anything like that. But if it's not, I feel like I forgot what I was going to say now, but I feel like this person here, I think what it is that this person feels very tempted by you, especially recently. They feel very tempted to either re-enter your life or to explore things with you, but at the same time, they are having to balance this kind of intensity and bring justice to the situation, bring a balance to this with you. And I feel like yeah, see, this is where this kind of very intense energy I'm picking up on in this reading. So I apologize if I'm all over the place, but it feels like this is this King of Cups, Knight of Wands. It's somebody who is struggling with their own intensity that they're having within themselves. And that's why they're like tugged over here, then they're tugged over here, then over here. So there's a lot of like chaos going on, I feel, with this person I'm picking up on, mainly with their kind of heart, you know, their emotions, their heart, fueled by maybe some passion that they're having, which is represented by the Devil. And I feel like I'm getting this person is getting ready. They're like on the marks, get set, go. I'm seeing somebody with the King of Pentacles here. They feel like they are getting ready to either approach you, again, their feelings towards you, and actually we have the counterpart here, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. So yeah, I think this person has a really deep connection to you on a heart level, on a soul level. And if it has been like absence, it's sort of like a situation of absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's also a feeling of they're preparing, they want to prepare to be this King of Pentacles, to maybe bring more stability. I did see something about finances earlier, so if this person did have a situation around them that has been draining them financially, or they've just been struggling financially, that could be an aspect that's causing a lot of like this overthinking for this person. I feel like I'm hearing that they're on a path of self-discovery. So again, going back to the Hierophant over here, that flicker of light I mentioned in the beginning, I think this person's been having more of a sense of awareness of who they are. They're becoming more kind of aware of like themselves on a soul level, on an individual level. And they're also, for those of you who there is a third party, they're trying to do this in a way that's mature. They're trying to balance the scales in a way that's mature. Whether it's like children or family or differences that you both have, or even a romantic third party that they have, they're trying to sort of figure out how they can do this in a mature fashion, in a mature way. They are trying to, I'm hearing that they've been running on empty. Their tank has been empty. So again, they feel very put in the middle of something right now. I don't know how that's going to resonate with you, but they feel very placed in the middle of a situation. They feel like they're kind of thrown into with the wolves here. Or that's where things have been for a while. And let's see. Yeah, there's been a lot of, like I said before too, it feels very challenging. There's been a lot of pain here, or there's been a lot of feelings of loss, okay? Even if it's not between the two of you, it could be something else if it's not between you both. But it's almost like a rock bottom, like a feeling of, how to describe this feeling? Kind of a feeling of, I guess kind of like the phrase, you made your bed and now you have to sleep in it. Kind of like that sort of thing, but I can't find the word to describe it. It's sort of like, I think, there's definitely been a lot of ego in this situation. Somebody who has pursued things for their ego. Or there's been addictions, codependency, there's been just challenges. And it's almost like these challenges have hit the tower. They've hit kind of a moment of like, we can't continue this way anymore. I can't continue doing this anymore. So it's almost like somebody who's being caught in a way. And that's why I want to look at the tower in a minute. But when I pulled that card, I heard something about things coming to light. So you over here, as I said, you're kind of just, you're really, especially if this is like a separation, or even if it's a temporary break that you've taken from somebody, it's like maybe Spirit has put you, maybe you've been the one that's on vacation or something. But even if not, it's like they've kind of, Spirit has kind of wrapped you up into a sphere and put you to the side so that you don't have to be involved in all of this. So they're very much protecting you either from this person until they kind of get a handle on whatever this is, or they've pushed you aside from this person until you can see the truth. So it feels like a mix of challenges right now. How is this person showing up? Yeah, they've been searching. Like I said, they've been searching for the answer. They've been searching for who they are. I'm seeing somebody like with a pair of keys, and they have like 10 different keys on the keychain. So they've been sort of, I feel like I said, I think I mentioned earlier too, this person could be somebody who did or does even have a bit of like player tendencies, or they've been searching to find like who they are, what they want, just a lot of that confusion, which has been fueled by the devil. And I feel like this person, I don't know why they feel like time is running out. So if you gave this person an ultimatum, that's just for somebody out there. If you told them, for example, like, you know, if you have to decide what you want, or I'm not going to be here anymore, they definitely feel the pressure of that. They feel the pressure of like wanting to be loyal to you or figure out what they want in terms of commitment. If you didn't tell them that directly, it could also just be like something that they're feeling within themselves, this feeling of like they you know, because they're feeling you as the Queen of Cups here, somebody very emotional, somebody very connected to your emotions, someone that they feel a connection to emotionally, but they either were not ready for you, or they're not ready for you, and they've been feeling the time has been ticking. They sort of know that they have to do something. So that's kind of where this person's at right now. How are they feeling about you? They feel like there's a barrier though to get to you. So again, this barrier could be many different things, but they almost feel like there's a big like barrier and boulder between you and this person. So yeah, there's the final straw. See, we have the distance here too, and at the bottom beneath that we have, yeah, so spiritual connection, mirror, and distance. So this is a highly spiritual connection, which I feel has been sort of taken off track, or has been, unfortunately, someone's decisions have made it very challenging for you both to be together, kind of thing. And if this is, for some of you, I'm picking up, this may be recent, to where you've been together recently, you've been in a relationship, and maybe there's a recent breakup. If that's the case, it's like you both feel very much the same right now. You both feel pretty much identical in this separation, or in this temporary break. But see, this person's reaching a final straw. When it comes to their feelings towards you, what is that? They're reaching a final straw. They're reaching that breaking point, which is coming in here with the Tower. They're reaching something. How are they thinking and feeling about you? Yeah, see, that wanted to fly out, but then it flew back in. There's been sidetracks here. There's been delays, which I think could have been, you know, self-imposed. This person could have done this to themselves. They could have distracted themselves from you. They could have, I mean, there's various different things I'm getting here, but the point is that there's been challenges. There's been addictions, codependent habits. There's been unhealthy energy between you both at some point, or this person's behaviors and decisions have led to very unhealthy consequences, which has detoured your connection, derailed it at some point. How are they thinking and feeling about you? What is this breaking point? Yeah, see, there's time. Yeah, definitely roaming wild time. This person, that's why I'm getting that very scattered King of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Wands. This person feels that they're very much in between their heart and their desires that are fueled more by ego, or by entertaining, for some of you, other things, this euphoria. So I'm definitely picking up on a connection today that there's been someone who has acted in these ways. If they're not acting that way right now, they definitely have for a while. But I do think it's also that they've definitely struggled with commitment. They've struggled with knowing what they want, and they have definitely been somebody who has probably not either treated you the best, or they've just been disappeared from you for a while, and it's because they've had to figure out kind of their own self and like what they want. So they definitely have that kind of distorted, I'm getting a strong masculine here, so distorted masculine energy to some degree, for sure. How are they thinking and feeling about you? Some of you could be a chef, or you may cook a lot at home. I'm just seeing, for some reason, when they think of you, they see you cooking. I don't know what that means for you, but how are they thinking and feeling about you? Could also be like a home type of feeling. Yeah, so wow. Secret admirer, spirit, and masculine energy. I'm hearing this person say, I think the hope is lost, or not that I think, but I hope that the hope is not lost. It's like they're wondering if the hope is gone, if the hope is lost. So I'm definitely getting, for one group of you, it's been a while, like a very long time. And that's why they kind of feel like the time has reached its limit, or is beginning to reach its limit. Maybe they feel like you're getting away, or they feel like you're already moved on. Okay, or it could be recent, and it's sort of like they're put in position of, you know, do we reconcile? Do we get back together? Even though we had this argument like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever, it could be recent. But I definitely feel like this person, they are suppressing so much that it's almost like I'm talking so fast, because there's so much suppressed energy that's coming to the surface. So this person's been probably suppressing this for a while, though. I'm getting, they've been holding this back for a while. They've been kind of a bit of a mess. They've been tangled in a mess here. Yeah, it's like the thing is that this person, half of them is in a safe zone, I'm hearing, and half of them is wanting to just like kind of be in your arms, I'm hearing. So half of them is wanting that, and the other half of them is like they're clinging on to this old identity, or they're clinging on to this way of being, this way of living. And so they're very much torn, even though their heart and I think spirit is trying to lead them. I kind of think too, this could even be an awakening that they haven't even really asked for it. It could even be that spirit is bringing in these situations for this person to really get a handle on that kind of flicker of light I had seen before. It's like the whole reading is centered around them having this slow kind of realization or slow flicker of light that's starting to awaken within them of what they really want and who they really want and where their soul is guiding them to be. Yeah. I feel like this person, in the meantime, remember I mentioned too that they are hiding behind kind of a veil. In the meantime, they are trying to kind of think of ways to, they're sort of trying to figure out ways to get your attention with this or to come towards you, but they're not quite sure. It's like they're very much, I'm getting that they feel like you're an angel, which makes sense with the angel here too. I get the feeling like for a lot of you watching this, you're probably somebody who is either very spiritual, very grounded, maybe you're someone who's just doing really well. You kind of just already know, you know, you already have a strong intuition, or you already have a feeling of, you know, you're not perfect obviously, but you have like a feeling of wholeness. And I almost feel like this person, when they're in your company, they get very triggered by you, or they did in the past, which has almost created that monster within them at some point with the devil here. So it almost could have appeared on the outside that you were not compatible, or that this was not a connection that would, you know, have any potential. But I do feel like under the veil, under the surface, this is a very spiritual connection. It's just been kind of in the disguise of somebody who has not been prepared for it. And I think that this, let's actually look now at the Tower, because this came out here. So yeah, it could be return, revived. Somebody could be wanting to return. Let me see, what is the outcome here? Actually, I'm going to pull these message cards first and then look at the Tower. So what does this person want to tell you? If they could say anything to you, this very confused person, what do they want to tell you? If they could be totally honest about their thoughts, feelings, intentions for you. This person's very stubborn too. They could also have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. I'm getting Aries here too. They could be very stubborn. Yeah, it does say stubborn here too. So what does this person want to tell you? What would they say to you if they could be totally honest about their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions towards you? I don't know why I'm seeing a cantaloupe, or melons. Someone could be eating that. What is this person's thoughts, feelings towards you if they could be totally honest right now? I'm getting they're really resistant to even be honest in these messages. Yeah, so I know it's time for me to be honest with you, but the truth may be hard to hear. I was getting that feeling of like they may not even be honest when I'm asking here. But yeah, this feels like something is coming up. Something is about to be revealed, shown, and let's see what else. Because they're well aware that the time has come, or the time is beginning to build to this limit, this point of like no return. Like, I have to be honest. If I'm going to do it, I need to be honest with you. Yeah, distance. The gap between us keeps growing further apart, and I don't know how to close it. See, this person feels like that Ten of Cups is like this distant vision of what could have been between you both, that flicker of like maybe illumination of this is what we could have together, or this is what we did have together if you already had a family. But if not, they just have this picture perfect mind. See, being away from you has made me realize how much I love you. I want a second chance. That's the energy I'm definitely getting. I think that they just are not admitting it though, and it may be hard for them to truly come out and admit this, but they're feeling it. I'm not in any rush. Let's just go with the flow and see where it takes us. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like this person, they are trying to buy time here. They're sort of, it's a combination of them being resistant to change and also maybe having to wrap up certain things right now in their life. But the urge, the kind of pull is becoming stronger and more irresistible to them. Okay. Your silence is killing me and my mind is running wild. I wish you would say something. So see, that's that energy too, where I feel if it's been a separation for a while, there's an increasing desire to maybe say something or to do something or to just kind of see, like, where are you or what's going on? If it has been like a recent breakup, this is kind of recent energy, they may be feeling like they are getting really anxious because they don't hear from you. They don't know if you're still okay, if you're still on good terms, if you still want them. And so there's a lot of this like anxiety within of what do I do? Where do I go? My heart pulls me here to the loyalty, but then they also have these other issues. So they're kind of in between here. I've been calling you back to me. Do you feel my energy? So that's clear, I feel. And that's what I said too in the beginning with the devil. There was a very overwhelming presence, which is why I also mentioned with the Temperance card, some of you are being kind of protected from this person, not because I think they're a bad person, but because they are having to figure this out on their own. They're having to, kind of carry through with these changes. And it's like Spirit is wanting to make sure that you don't get wrapped up in this, that you don't get kind of tumbling with this person if they're in this energy still. So they could be, Spirit's trying to protect you from this overwhelming presence. But if you have, watched this reading and you resonate with this, or you found this reading and recently you've been feeling this like really intense energy coming from maybe the person that you're watching this for, this could be why, because they are having this tug and this almost pull towards you and a lot of thoughts being put into this, which is causing this like almost bundle of energy that's increasing in intensity here. So we also have boomerang. What goes around comes around. I can feel the tables have turned between us now. Yeah, so that's the energy I feel like with the Temperance. You seem to be doing okay. If you walked away, or even like if this was a previous connection and maybe at the time they thought that they were doing well, they thought that everything was good in their life, but it's all kind of crumbling or it's all coming to the surface. We have, you make me so happy, the world falls away when we're together. And this is where that shimmer of light or that flash of light comes in, to where they almost have a taste of what it would be like to be with you in this high level spiritual connection. But their ego is trying to clutch on to this King of Swords, this Five of Swords, this control. So these kind of glimmers or shimmers of like what could be come into their mind more frequently, more often. I have a soft spot for you. No matter what happens between us, I'll always care. Yeah, they kind of feel like they feel like they are. I'm seeing this person pick up the phone and then hang up, so they could even be doing that. Or they kind of feel like they want to. They're just sitting, they have to sit in this for a little bit. They have to sit in this stubborn energy. They have to sit in this change that's happening. But they do want you to know that even if you decide to go your separate ways, even if you decide you don't want them, even if they never get the courage, they just have this feeling of like, this was what we had, or this was what could have been. They always felt this way about you, or they always do feel this way. They always will feel this way. So let me see what this Tower is then. What is the outcome between you both in the next maybe month or two? What is this Tower? Well, I think one thing on an energetic level, you both are going to be achieving more of a balance, because this energy, again, as I'm doing the reading, it feels so intense. It feels so chaotic, like I'm trying to keep up with my words. I think that kind of energy is going to calm down. So if you've been feeling that, or if you will feel that, I know we have like an eclipse coming up too. There may be this like surge of like intensity. It will kind of calm down. It will come to more of a like agreeable. I'm hearing more of a feeling of balance that will be restored. So on a soul energetic level, this is necessary for you both to achieve more balance with each other. I am hearing Spirit say the window is open, or the door is open. So I do feel like there could be an opportunity here to where there will be a door opened to restore balance and equilibrium in this connection. Also, water energy keeps coming up here too. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, maybe. I feel like this is, yeah, I'm getting like a feeling of a knot that was tied, and the knot is being untied now. The knot is being loosened. And here's the Six of Swords. Yeah, Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. I feel like something about the worst being over, something about this whole chaotic energy is coming to a feeling of restoration, a feeling of calmness. And I'm getting that there is such a keen awareness of what this connection means on a soul level. But as this card says, there's almost a feeling of like, because I'm seeing this person watching you intently with these eyes, but the eyes are coming up as very loving eyes towards you. So I feel like there's a feeling of them seeing you in a new found light, which is becoming, which they've already sort of started. But I think that it's going to grow in intensity and frequency to where they're going to start to see you in a new light. With the King of Cups, I think it's like a spiritual awakening. Basically, it's a feeling of like this huge spiritual awakening that happens, and then after it passes, after we settle, after we ground, and some of you could be feeling this too. After it passes, we can kind of look back on that storm or that intensity and see that we've released a lot of those heavy emotions. We've released a lot of that, and we can kind of look back on it now in a new way. So I definitely feel like the balance on an energetic level is going to be restored between you both. And they're going to sort of watch you with kind eyes, I'm getting. What is the outcome between you and this person? I think what it is too with the King of Cups, this person is achieving, and also you, but since we're talking about them, they're achieving a level of more emotional balance. Not like they're going to be perfect or anything, but they're achieving a level of like more emotional balance within themselves. And I feel like they are really sort of having a hard time, again, kind of admitting that or coming to a place of honesty with those intentions, with those feelings. So it's going to take a little bit of time, I feel, for this person to be able to have the courage to kind of not let these emotions be elusive so that they can take off the mask and tell you or show you. But it's a step into a direction. It's a step forward. It's a step into the right direction. They're also at the Tower. There may be a really big shakeup that happens externally. So this person, for example, they could, separate from someone else if there was a third party. They could, I don't know what it is, maybe change jobs, change locations, or just something big is going to happen, I feel, which can really change somebody. It can really make them see things differently. And that's what I'm getting is coming up here. But I will say it's a feeling. Let me see. What is the outcome between you and this person? It's almost like I'm getting a feeling of the energy is being put on them now and not on you. So they could be the ones who either really have to come forward, or maybe they're the ones who really are going to be going through this big shift and you've already gone through it. Yeah, so retreat. What is the outcome between you and this person? I'm seeing somebody like on the ground, bruised, and sort of trying to get up and have the courage to say something here. We do have boundaries. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of like a feeling of something slowly picking away bit by bit. So this is definitely not a situation that I feel is going to be fixed immediately. If it is like something that you're hoping to be fixed or to come together, it feels like this is more of someone's process that they're going through, which is taking place slowly. And I feel like boundaries are definitely necessary for those of you who are connecting or will be, already dealing with this person. It's again, it's hard to kind of put into words, but it's almost like there's a sliver of opening or a sliver of maybe like some type of new energy that can emerge here between you both. But it's not happening immediately. It's like it has to happen slowly. It has to happen like in increments. And I also feel like this person, they're going to have to continue to be on this journey of really kind of peeling themselves away from the mask that they've been wearing, which is going to take some time. But the steps forward are kind of being made in a better way, I'm getting. Somebody could have a handkerchief, I don't know, in their pocket, or maybe they wear something about a handkerchief here. Yeah, I feel the universe is working to bring us together. The signs are everywhere. See, it's a very interesting reading. At the bottom, I know we've had our ups and downs. Sometimes I wonder if we could really work through it, or if we are better off just going in different directions, but I feel the universe is working to bring us together. That's why the outcome kind of feels like Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. It's dependent on how open kind of somebody is to this process, how open we are to this happening or to this growth. It definitely feels like it's not an easy kind of situation. It's not straightforward. It feels like there's many components to this, but it's definitely clear that the universe is trying to mend something, or trying to get someone to maybe just see this, or to, again, kind of come into more balance. But it's a feeling of like our free will. We can choose to ignore it if we want. And I think this person, they are struggling. They're kind of like trying to ignore it, but I think that it's not really allowing them to ignore it completely. So it's like a chipping away at, like, like Spirit is not saying it, but it's sort of like, in a way, Spirit is chipping away at them bit by bit, like to get them to become this King of Cups more and more, to follow their heart. And that's why this Spirit came up here too. So they could definitely be getting a lot of signs about you, but they know it's time to be honest, and that's what they're kind of going back and forth with. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. They want to be able to be honest with you, but they know it's going to take a lot of courage. So this kind of feels like it's up to the divine. They're trying to resist, but it's getting more hard each day. So they really basically are going to have to sit with this for a little bit. And then, of course, you do what's best for you, but that's just what I'm picking up on with this person. We have a few weeks. So for some of you, there may be some type of contact in a few weeks, or some news or something of the sort. 2 months, 3 months, and then 8 months flew out. But I think it's more a few weeks up to 3 months, which has been coming up again for a while, and then possibly 8 months for more of a sense of maybe knowing where things are going at that point. So I'm going to leave it here. That was definitely really interesting. It was a lot of energy in this reading, so I hope that this could resonate with somebody. Let me know if you'd like, and I hope you all have a great rest of the day or evening. Take care, blessings, and lots of love.